Okay, I need a better voice for recording this, and I need to talk towards the microphone because otherwise no one can understand anything that I say. I also have to pronunciate things properly because otherwise no one will want to listen to this. That's important. Okay. My cell phone died. My cell phone that I don't use as a normal cell phone, I basically use it as a little pocket tablet to look up things and surf the internet and to look up spells when I play Dungeons and Dragons. It's toast. It doesn't want to be charged anymore. I started thinking, I need to get a new tablet. And then I started thinking about all the piles of tablets and phones and things that I have that have non-replaceable parts, and are just kind of because they're old and non-upgradable parts, and it started to upset me because I wanted to make something or get something that was of value. Also, I've been enjoying building things like this keyboard and an arcade cabinet that's downstairs, and I thought maybe I should start a new project and build a thing for this purpose. And then other people were asking about how I was doing things and asked for recordings of things. So I will record the progress, perhaps, of building this little mini laptop that I'm going to make that hopefully will have, for at least for me, 100% replaceable parts and upgradable parts. So that, 5 years from now, I can still be using this little tiny laptop. It won't be the same laptop anymore, but, as I go, I can replace parts and reprint pieces and fix it up and make it cool. Yeah, that's the plan. That's what I'm doing. I got this from China. This 9-inch screen. I have a Raspberry Pi Zero that I'm going to start out with. It is, you just standard Linux little mini computer. This thing is super, super underpowered though. So I'm not going to get too far beyond a console. Got this keyboard that was off of a it's like a little USB keyboard for a tablet that came in a cardboard and cloth little clasp thing, like a case for a tablet. And I just ripped it out of there. It has a hub, a USB hub. This wires up to there, and then you have 2 USB ports plus a functional keyboard. Batteries. These are 3.7 volts, 2,500 milliamp hours. A Adafruit Power Boost 500C that hooks up to the batteries and has a USB port for charging. I got some audio amplifiers, switches, and what is this thing? It's for the headphone jack. So I've got enough to put together a thing and make a little tiny mini computer. I think even a month from now, I can upgrade Raspberry Pi Zero to this is a Raspberry Pi Model A Plus computer, and this came out a while ago, but the 3A Plus just came out, and so they're releasing new Raspberry Pis all the time. And I thought, I can upgrade basically the motherboard on this laptop and make it into a much more powerful computer as time goes on. Or I could even, I took a Raspberry Pi 2 and I've trimmed the connectors off of it to make it into a Diet Pi, as they call them. So this could even, if I, set everything up right, could even fit inside of there. But these don't have Wi-Fi, so I'm. And if the screen dies or the batteries wear out, I can just buy more of this stuff. This is where I started. I started taking each of the parts and measuring them out with a tool here and putting them into. This is Tinkercad. Is a web-based little interface for building parts and things. It's like CAD, but like really, really easy to use, like stupid easy to use. And it's free to use too. It's very nice. It's not full-featured CAD by any means, but it's good enough for most things. So this is what I started with. This is the Pi Zero here, plus this HDMI connector that could go, not this, onto the Pi, and it sticks out quite a bit. So I measured it out there. This is the Power Boost charger. This is the USB hub for the keyboard. And this keyboard has this like thing here that's out of the way, and you could fold it under, or you can have it out here, but it's like, it actually takes up a fair bit amount of space, and so you gotta had to try to tuck it in somewhere here. And I got a battery here, and then this thing has a circuit board here that's actually pretty thick too. I've got that sitting under here. I can just right, and a battery under here too. So it's got one battery on this side because I didn't want to put all the batteries onto the screen side, because then it would be this big heavy floppy screen and it wouldn't want to stay up. And this was the original design that I had, and it just, you know, oh, this purple thing's the keyboard itself too. Make that clear. And this is the screen over here. And I was just trying to like figure out how to put things in here to make this work, because I'm just basically making this up as I go. And it actually turned out to make this really kind of ridiculously thick thing. So and lots of like, I don't know, lots of weird space. Oh, also this thing, I'm gonna have to desolder this capacitor. So you can see this this capacitor right here under my thumb is like, it sticks way up on this board. So I think I'm gonna try to desolder it and lengthen it out and like stick it out over the side and flatten it out. Pain, because if I mess that up, then this thing's just garbage. That's why this thing has this little jut out over here. That's the capacitor coming out of the side. All right, so I ditched this plan and went for this over here, where I've moved pretty much all of the components onto the keyboard side, and the screen is just the flat screen all by itself. And then it folds up into this. And the idea that I want to do is I want to make this some kind of like a leather-bound magic book. That's what I want it to kind of look like in the end. I don't know if that's going to work out or not, but I was just kind of playing with the idea of like what it could look like and how it might be cool. I don't know, with little like magnetic clasps under here or something, and like hooks on the back. I'd love to be able to like get like a strap and like click little carabiners or something onto this and just like throw it on over my person to like cart around instead of you know, having to carry it, and then I just take it with me everywhere. Anyway, okay. Oh yeah, and the other thing that's not on that list is a little Raspberry Pi camera, which is still in the mail. And that should be cool. Okay, so I got the batteries over here, one long way, one this way, because I still have to incorporate this little device. And this is the PCB for the screen, and it's huge. And then this will allow me to put a Raspberry Pi over here and extend out, so I should very easily be able to throw one of these into that spot, and basically expand this whole thing. I've got the USB port coming out the front and the charge port coming out the front. These are tiny little speakers that I have lying around. Those are going to be used for the they're really tiny, like super tiny little speakers, but they're good quality speakers. So yeah, that's the plan. I think I'm even gonna leave the screen controls, these plugs into here, unhooked, and then wire up just the power button, just like a separate like power switch for the screen, so I can just turn the screen off and close it up and not shut down the whole computer. And then leave this port exposed somewhere so that if I do want to make changes to the screen menu, I can just plug this in and then press these buttons to change it, because it saves the memory of what the last thing, all the settings are on this. Yeah, Oh, and I've ordered these hinges. These are friction hinges. I'm thinking that I'm gonna make 2 plates, maybe like an aluminum plate. And go to like Lowe's and like buy an aluminum sheet and just Dremel out a square to the right size and put one on the top and one on the bottom, and then I can attach like glue maybe or something this screen to the top, and then drill through holes obviously before I put the screen on, and like bolt this to that somehow. I'm not totally clear on that. And then to this bottom one, I'm going to attach some sort of design and attach some sort of 3D printed base. Yeah, this is another arrangement of things I was trying on this one. So everything's in a different spots. There's the hub over here. But build up like a 3D printed kind of container for all the stuff, so that everything sits in the right place and doesn't jiggle around, and that I can get the right amount of support underneath this keyboard. Yeah, that's the plan. And then somehow, I guess, connect this through the 3D printed stuff to the base plate, so it's like really nice and strong. Oh, and talking about upgrades, right? I have this too. A keyboard from, oh wow, that's just too bright. From an old EPC that I had, which is kind of like this inspiration for this tiny little thing, is those old EPCs, these netbooks. This keyboard is kind of garbage, but this one just feels really good. It's a really nice keyboard from my 901 EPC. But I don't have a controller for this, and even though these cables are exactly the same, this microcontroller or whatever, this USB controller, doesn't have any idea what to do with the buttons that are on this one. So I have also lying around, I think this came free with some other order I made. It's a little, what is it called? It's an Adafruit Pro Trinket. It's a little microcontroller, and I think I've got a plug that'll fit this coming in the mail, and I'm gonna wire up to this eventually, and even replace the keyboard on this thing, so like I can have a much nicer keyboard that I would enjoy typing on instead of this mushy thing. Yeah, so it's like super upgradable. Well, I'm hoping this camera has a really long cable. I might be able to like have it I don't know, either like slide out the side or unvelcro off the top of this, and you can like move and manipulate the camera around, so you reattach it somewhere else, and then like, you know, like record video from different positions. I don't know. I think it's everything. I'm done talking for now. Maybe more later.